The shaft length on this though is a metre long from the top of the handle to the tip of the shaft. Okay, so now we're going to start building the T-piece and getting it ready to make the pump with. So this is the top, equal T. That is the top cap that I've made. That just pops in there. It goes on top of the T. I say this is an old T. Yeah, I'll do it that way. And then just this end doesn't have to be tight. You haven't got to sit there and crank it up tight. That will just go on there fine. We'll slide the shaft in. So now we've got our equal T on there. Now the next job, put a bit of tube on. So when you pull the shaft, you don't pull the bung into here, then it'll end up getting jammed up. So what I do is I cut a bit of tube that's longer than the equal T. That way it guarantees when I pull the pump up, it's not going to get jammed up in here. So I'm going to slide this on next. I'm going to slide this on a bit further down, just past behind the thread, and then that'll stay like that. Okay, so after a bit of hard work, I've got the bit of tube on there. But you'll see now the idea of what that is. So when you're pulling the pump, it just stops the bung coming up into the equal T. The handle, probably about 5-6 inches long, depending on the size of your hands really. You've got medium sized hands. We've got an olive on there still. I've just cleaned this up a little bit. So we're going to slide the nut on, up to the olive, and then insert that into the side of the body of the equal T. Won't bother tightening nothing up yet, so that's still moving. That's the pump main part of the body done. Now all we've got to really do is put the washers and the silicone on, and then slide the tube on, and then we're good to go. Okay, so I've now cut this bit of rubber tubing. So now it was a bit too long to start with, but now when I'm putting the shaft, as you can see, it won't get caught in the equal T. It's just going to stop there. So what we're going to do, we're going to put a nut on the thread, then we're going to put a couple of washers on, my homemade silicone seal, another washer, and then we'll tighten up in a minute once it's inside the pump. That's how simple it is to make. I've also cut down the length of the handle. It was down to here, it was a bit too long. So now you can still get your fingers in there without banging your knuckles on the equal T. I've just cut me length of tubing, which is going to go on the pump. I've overcut it by about an inch. What I tend to do is, for a quick cut, I just use a pipe cutter. But what you'll find is if you look at the end, it rounds the edge in and it makes it weak from the start. So if you leave it a little bit longer, you can just run an hacksaw on the end and just get a nice flat edge, so it lasts a bit longer. Now we're going to slide the shaft up into there, slide our olive on. As you can see, this is a reused one, got a split in it. Going to reuse that one. Slide the nut up, and then we just tighten her up. See now the handle, you get your fingers in there nicely. You've got no nuts and bolts or anything here to catch your palm, because once you've been pumping for like, I don't know, half hour, anything sticking out of the handle there, you're just going to end up with a big old blister or callus in your hand. So you want it nice and smooth and be able to just get your fingers in there. Then all we do is we'll turn it over, tighten her up. There you go, all tight. Pump's ready to go. The only thing we're going to have to do, as you can see there where it's rounded off, I'm going to get the hacksaw, cut that end off, and leave myself a about ½ inch to an inch from the end of the shaft, so it allows us a bit of time when we're pumping to trim back each time, maybe 2 or 3 mil. And then we do the final adjustment down on the beach. There's no point in doing it here because it don't prove nothing. You know, you can tighten up and get all the pressure you want here, and till you get on the sand, start pumping, don't mean nothing. Thanks for watching, and I hope it helps you.